Buenos días, queridos alumnos de Cela Spanish School Online. Today, we will continue our class on the pretérito indefinido by explaining irregular verbs. This video is also available in Spanish. I recommend you to watch the Spanish version as well. In the previous video, we have explained the conjugation of regular verbs. Please watch that video before this one. In our school, we explain to our students that in Spanish, irregular verbs are different in each tense. That is why it is convenient to study each tense with its most common irregular verbs. In the pretérito indefinido, the verbs ser and ir, estar, tener, hacer, and querer are irregular. Vamos a ver cómo se pronuncia la conjugación. Ser and ir are equal. Fui, fuiste, fue, fuimos, fuisteis, fueron. Estar, estuve, estuviste, estuvo, estuvimos, estuvisteis, estuvieron. Tener, tuve, tuviste, tuvo, tuvimos, tuvisteis, tuvieron. Hacer, hice, hiciste, hizo, hicimos, hicisteis, hicieron. Querer, quise, quisiste, quiso, quisimos, quisisteis, quisieron. The verb ser and the verb ir are conjugated the same in this tense. They are differentiated by the context. Fui a la playa con mi hermano. The preposition a tells us that it is the verb ir. Mi padre fue decano de la Facultad de Medicina. Here it is ser because I am talking about a characteristic in the past. Many verbs that were irregular in the present tense in the pretérito indefinido are not, such as some of the verbs that change from o to ue, from e to ie, and from u to ue in the stem and the present. These verbs will be regular in the pretérito indefinido. Here we have the conjugation of the verb cerrar in the present tense and in the pretérito indefinido. In the indefinido, cerrar is regular in all persons. However, the verbs that in the present tense have a change from e to i in the root are also irregular in the pretérito indefinido. Here we have the verb pedir in the present and in the pretérito indefinido. As we can see, the third person singular and plural change. It is very important to learn the most frequent irregular verbs of each tense separately, since each tense has different irregular verbs. Although these verbs are irregular in the pretérito indefinido, we can see that they follow a certain system. This table can help you learn them. I suggest you capture the screenshot. Let's see an example. Estar. Estuve, estuviste, estuvo, estuvimos, estuvisteis, estuvieron. Poder. Pude, pudiste, pudo, pudimos, pudisteis, pudieron. The meaning of the verbs must be known at this point. However, we will write it in the description of the video. The verbs traer and decir and the verbs that end in usir are similar too. Decir. Dije, dijiste, dijo, dijimos, dijisteis, dijeron. The third person plural does not end in yeron but in eron. There are verbs that are irregular because of pronunciation. For example, verbs that end in car, like buscar, have the following irregularity. Buscar, busqué, buscaste, buscó, buscamos, buscasteis, buscaron. The first person is written with QUE to obtain the sound que, since the combination se-e sounds se in Latin America or se in Spain. The same happens with all verbs ending in car. For example, sacar, empacar, tocar, aparcar. The first person would be saqué, con Q, empaqué, toqué, aparqué. The third person of the verb hacer is written with zeta, because the combination se más o sounds co, ico instead of isu. It is written with zeta to keep the Spanish ce sound. Hizo in Spain, hice, hiciste, hizo, hicimos, hicisteis, hicieron. In Latin America, hice, hiciste, hizo, hicimos, hicisteis, hicieron. Verbs ending in gar are also irregular for pronunciation reasons. The sound he, sounds he. To maintain the sound ge, we must write he, u, e. Llegar, llegué. Llegué, llegaste, llegó, llegamos, llegasteis, llegaron. verbs with this irregularity are, for example, entregar, pagar, tragar, vengar, etc. The translation is in the description of the video. As in Spanish, the combination ZE and ZI is not frequent, verbs ending in ZAR, SAR, are irregular as well. The first person singular is written with C. Empezar, empezar. And finally, when in Spanish the I is between two vowels, it becomes Y. That happens in oír, leer, creer, construir, and in some others. In our pronunciation video, you can review the rules of pronunciation and spelling. They are very simple rules and explain many irregularities in the conjugation of verbs in many tenses. As we said in the previous video, we use the pretérito indefinido to talk about actions in the past. Now we will practice the irregular verbs together. We are going to place the missing verb in the pretérito indefinido. Ayer hicimos una fiesta en mi casa. Yo traje el vino para la fiesta. Mi padre construyó la casa en la que vivimos. El gato no quiso comer. Creo que está enfermo. Me vestí muy elegante. Voy a una entrevista de trabajo. Juan durmió hasta tarde y llegó tarde al trabajo. El alumno no supo la respuesta a la pregunta. Nosotras anduvimos toda la mañana por el centro buscando ofertas. Muy bien. Now let's continue working with our activities in the course material. If you are not yet a student of our school, we invite you to visit our website where you will find information about our courses. Chao, hasta la próxima clase.